So in the enterprise application development, before you start developing anything, your application has to be designed. So when your application has to be designed, your application will be designed to have different layers of structure, different layered structure. It will be having a layered structure. If you are already aware of the layers of application, you can tell me what are the layers that will be available for an application. Not with respect to user interface, business logic, and database. Not with respect to these three. I'm expecting application as a layer.
Organization, framework layers.
That is in Pega. Generally, I'm asking. Yeah, framework is okay. Organization will not be there in other application. Framework will be there. Your application will have two layers, two or more layers. One is
Hey Harsha, we are
hey,
not
I'm
able to
sorry,
hear
just
you.
hang. Yeah, just hang. I was not speaking anything because I lost my network connection. This will not generally happen every time. I don't know why it has happened now. The connections are pretty much good in this channel. Okay, so I was not saying anything till I got disconnected from the audio. So let me go ahead and repeat it. So generally when we create a new application, we are not going to create a single application for our business processing purpose. In any enterprise application, using any technology, the same thing will happen. It's not only Pega, you take Java, you take .NET, you take mainframes, anywhere, we will build applications to have two applications minimum. So one application is called framework application, another one is called implementation application. Okay. So first we are going to build framework application. Generally, how it happens in enterprise application development is first we build framework application. This is framework application. See, after we create a framework application, we are going to create a new application on top of the framework application that is called implementation application. Next level is implementation application. Okay, just give me 1 minute. Yeah, next one is implementation application. Here you go. This is implementation application 1. Implementation application 1. Similarly, can I have more than one implementation? I can have more than one implementation. Implementation application 2. It can be one more application on the existing framework. Implementation application 2. See, like this will build applications. See, are you aware of what is framework and what is implementation application purpose? So let me create a document also. In the meantime, you can tell me what if you are already aware of. You tell me anyway. I'll be going to tell you those who do not know about it.
The little reading that I've done, it was enterprise class structure. And I think the framework is
Not
so
technically, not with respect to Pega. You generalize and tell me. If you are saying class structure means you are just going through the terminology of Pega.
right.
Generally, you tell me.
Okay. Well,
framework layer, if anything is reusable, we generally any
Yes.
reusable code we generally take it in the framework layer.
Yeah.
And
Correct. Correct. And anyone else? What is framework and what is implementation? If you're already working, you should know. In any technology you're working, any applications you're accessing, you should know this. What is framework? What is implementation? What is framework? So tell me, what is implementation? Generally, what is the meaning of framework? General meaning, not applications. Generally, tell me what is the meaning of framework?
Perhaps a collection of reusable parts.
Collection of reusable parts will be made available in framework. So let me tell you, general example of framework. Suppose I have a car industry, car manufacturing industry. We have a car manufacturing industry. Let's take Audi. But Audi car, they have n number of different variants. So you see Audi variant 1, variant 2, variant 3, variant 4, like this, n number of different vehicles are there. Each vehicle functioning can be different. Okay, each vehicle, suppose model 1 you take, version 1, this functioning is somewhat different from model 2, model 3, but all are vehicles only, all are RD cars. So this, the final output, what you see in the business execution, that is implementation. So your variant 1 is an implementation, one type of implementation, variant 2 is another type of implementation, variant 3 is another type of implementation. Each has its own way of functioning. Now, if you want to develop all these variants, all these three variants of cars will have some of the common functionalities. Steering can be same. So the metals that you are using can be same, and some of the other components can be same. All these components which are similar across different variants will be created only once at one place, will be made at only one place. So specific individual components will be made at different places. So these common components, what is made at one place, that is framework area. That is called framework area. So framework is going to hold the reusable components which are common across different implementations. The reusable components which are common across different implementations will be maintained at the framework level. So that is what the purpose of framework. See, suppose if you go to bank, let's say we went to bank, just understand physically, not application wise. So physically, I went to a bank. Suppose there are 3 customers came to bank. So one customer wanted to go ahead and open a loan account. Another customer wanted to open a bank account. Another customer wanted to open a credit card account. All of these 3 people wanted to go ahead and done their work to be done. These 3 works are 3 different types of works, correct? Bank account opening is completely different from loan account opening, and which is completely different from credit card account opening. For these 3 accounts opening, you need a common customer form. Any account you want to open, you should have to fill the common form. That is customer form. But each account opening documents are different. Account opening, I need, this is the set of documents. Loan opening, I need your employment documents also. Credit card opening also, I need your employment documents and some credit history, something other documents also. So there are some specific components which are required for these 3 different implementations. Plus, there are some common components which are common across these 3 different implementations. In this example, the common component is just simple customer form where you collect customer basic details, first name, last name, some other details, address details, plus PAN number or SSN number, something like that, and document related to PAN or SSN, whatever it is. In India it is PAN, in USA it is SSN. Okay, this is common. You go to any business, you go for any different types of implementation of business processing in a bank, but this must be submitted. So now this should be made available commonly within the bank, not in the specific department. If you want to open a bank account, you need to go to a department which is responsible for processing the bank accounts. That is one implementation. You are looking for a loan, go and reach to another department. They are responsible for processing the loans. So that is another implementation. Are you looking for a credit card? Go and meet department 3. They are responsible for processing your credit card application. So this is another type of implementation. But are you looking for a customer form? It is there commonly available in the bank. Go there and take the customer form and fill it. So this entire bank is a framework where it maintains the reusable components which are required for different kinds of businesses which are available across the bank. Suppose Bank of America has come to me and asking me to, so this is pretty new, you have developed your bank, you have established your bank, you want a banking application. So in a banking, there will be a number of different businesses that will be processed. Like I have told you, you have personal banking, you have commercial banking, you have mortgage banking, like this a number of different banking processes will be done. Again, these will have some functionalities, leave about it. But when I am developing my application, I should not develop one application. So I should not be creating functionalities in each of these 3 implementations initially. Initially, I need to divide my application to have a different architecture of framework and implementation. First, I need to create a framework application and make sure create all the functionalities which will be used across entire bank in framework application. Okay. Now extend your framework application to create different implementation. Personal banking application we will create, and the functionalities which are already available in framework we will use in personal banking application, and the functionalities which are specific to personal banking we will create within personal bank. So now tomorrow I want to go ahead and extend my business. Apart from personal banking, we want to come up with commercial banking for business purpose. So I am going to create one more application called, which is implementation application called commercial banking. Now there can be common functionalities, right, that I am going to reuse from the existing bank framework, and specific functionalities of commercial banking I will create in commercial banking. Again, mortgage banking I am going to introduce. Specific functionalities of mortgage banking I will be creating in mortgage application, and common functionalities I am going to take it from banking framework application. So like this, your framework application is going to hold all the common functionalities which we use across n number of different businesses that you are running in your organization. This is clear, everyone? So this is the meaning of framework. So what is the meaning of implementation? Implementation defines a specific business processing that can be done in the business. This is clear? So what is framework? Yeah. So framework application. Framework. I will share this document to everyone. What is, how do you want to define framework application? It is an application built to hold common It is an application built to hold common functionalities instead of this I write something meaningful. It is an application where we build common functionalities of entire what? Business. Entire business. So this is an application where we build common functionalities of entire business. Those can be reused at different types of business implementation. So now implementation application. So what do you mean by implementation application?
It is an application where you build functionalities that are specific to that business.
Yes, correct. So it is an application where we build specific functionalities of a specific business process. So, example, in a bank, entire bank is framework, and let's say personal banking, comma, commercial banking, what else? Mortgage banking, etc. are different implementations where actual business processing of transactions happens. Actual business processing of your transactions happens at this place. This is clear, everyone? So let me create a doc folder for your batch. $561. Yours is 561, right? Nine to 10, right? 9 to 10, October 26, 2018. So this is how you will be receiving your document. Every day, document will have its date. It will be sorted in date order. Okay. So this is what meant by framework and implementation. So first we need to create framework application. First, we need to create framework application, and on top of, after that, on top of existing framework, we need to create implementation applications like this. So framework and implementations will be available on top of the framework. So if you look at the like a layered cake structure, it will be like this. Suppose if you see like a tree, if you visualize this like a tree means top to bottom, right? What will be there on top? Framework will be on top, implementations will be connected at the bottom. This is like a layered cake structure. It will be visible like this. You can understand from this, right? Okay. Everyone clear so far? So now let's understand another term in Pega. So the other term, you can tell me this. Anyone can tell me, generically you tell me, what do you mean by organization? What do you mean by organization? Generally you tell me what is organization. What is organization? Generally, physically you tell me what is an organization.
A group of people working towards the same company.
An entity?
People working for same company or a cluster of people.
What else? What is an organization? Hey, who is connected using phone call? Online, someone connected using phone line. Who is that?
Asha, Madhu here.
Madhu. You're from 9 o'clock. You are not, you are on audio, normal audio only. Computer audio. Phone audio. Phone wire audio. Someone. Yeah, tell me, what is that? Organization. What do you mean by organization? Hey, you need to think and tell me. What do you mean by organization? Chandrika or anyone? A unit which is meant for specific operations is not organization. See,
it's having a group of employees.
Sorry, please repeat.
It's having a group of employees working together.
That is you're talking about resource wise. I'm talking about business process wise. Business process wise, if you want to define an organization, what is an organization?
A unit which has a particular purpose or business goal.
See, business will run under implementations. See, organization is the topmost entity where it will have different divisions. It can have different units. actual business will run under units only. Suppose you take Tata. Tata is an organization. Okay. So within Tata organization, nothing will happen. Business will not run directly in Tata organization. Tata will set up n number of different divisions. So you go to each division will have a number of different units or subunits can be there. When you go to unit, actual business will run. Okay. Let me give you a visualized picture. Suppose, just understand physically. Suppose you take a college, generally. College is an organization. What is the business that should run in a college? Some teaching should be going on, right? So you enter into gate of the college. Once you get into college, you do not see the actual teaching is going on. Now you will be redirected to a different division. There can be a number of divisions in a college. Let's say MBA is one division, and engineering is one division, and law is another division. Finance can be another division. You will be redirected to one of the division. Now you go to specific division. Let's say engineering division you travel to. Once you go to engineering division also, you will not see teaching is going on. Again, there will be different units. Under the division, there will be different units. So the units are like specific departments. CSE, maybe information technology, computer science engineering, electrical engineering, like this. Once you enter CSE, computer science engineering, definitely you enter into computer science engineering classroom, you will see the actual business is running. So organization is the topmost entity. Under that it will have different divisions. It will have different units being available. Actual business will run under units. Actual business will be executed under units. Then what is the purpose of divisions and organization? Everyone clear with this? What is an organization? So organization is a topmost entity which will have different divisions, different units. It can have a number of subunits. Subunits can have again subunits. It depends. It is a general that organization structure what we see in our real life. Correct? Suppose you go to Microsoft. Microsoft is an organization. They have different divisions. Each divisions will have different units. They may have subunits. When you go to the bottom level, you will see actual business that will run. Okay. So bank will have different divisions. Each division has its own units. In the units, it will have subunits and where actual business will run. Right? So like this is the organization chart generally. Yeah, now you tell me. What is, so units is the one where your actual business runs, right? Generally if you speak, units is the one where your actual business runs. Now tell me what is the purpose, what could be the purpose of organization division? What if you do not have organization division? You just tell me generally, no need to be much technical. Organization division 1, let's say n number of divisions can be there, right? Division 2 and division 3, like this n number of divisions, and each division can have multiple units. Unit 1, unit 2, and here again unit 1, unit 2, and so on. So now the connections will be like this. From organization, division 1, division 2, division 3, and unit 1 is connected to division 1, unit 2 is connected to division 2. I'm sorry. Unit is connected to division 1, unit 1 here, unit 2 here again. These two units are belongs to division 2, these two units are division 1. This is the organization chart generally. Organization chart below one. So organization is a topmost entity for any business. Organization is a topmost entity for any business which will have multiple divisions and units under it. So have multiple divisions and multiple units defined under this. So this is the organization chart. So now unit is the one where actual business runs, correct? At the unit level, generally actual business processing will be done. At unit level, actual business processing will be done. So can you tell me what is the purpose of organization and division? An established form, that is okay. So someone online or offline, you just come up with your ideas, man. This is, I'm not asking anything in Pega.
It's
I'm asking generally.
about the hierarchy, right, and the reporting structure. So
Yeah, that is hierarchy is okay. Structure or order is okay. I'm asking purpose. Unit purpose is to run the business.
to run
Division and
the,
organization purpose is
to divide the roles, to divide the duties.
yeah, separate duties and all. Okay. Now division and division purpose is the common functionalities of units, common duties of units will be defined at their own division. Common functionalities across all units everywhere throughout the organization will be defined at organization level. So if I want something, suppose computer science engineering, if they need any component, they will go and raise a request to computer science department division. I mean like their engineering division. Suppose it is not available at engineering division, where they look for, they will go to higher authorities, college level. College level is also it is not possible, then they will go to university, something like that. Okay, there can be higher levels like this, a number of levels. So any functionalities which are common across all units will be defined at top level, that is organization. Any functionalities which are common across the units of a specific division will be maintained at division level. Okay, so it is the place where actual business processing will be done. So this is the place where actual business processing will be done. Next, division means, so in the division business will not run. So in the division business will not be getting executed. The purpose of division is division is to hold common functionalities, to define, not to hold, to build common functionalities of specific units which are associated with the respective division. This is the purpose of division. And next, what is that? Organization. I don't know why I'm making these mistakes. Okay, leave about blue color. So next, organization. I think I have already written, right? But in this way also I'll write down. So organization, what is the purpose? The common functionalities of all the units of all divisions. All the units of all divisions will be maintained at this level. So your organization will be going to hold common functionalities of all divisions of all units will be there at top level. Specific units of one specific division will be there at division. The functionalities which are required for only that unit and business processing will be done at unit level. So this is the organization chart in general. Okay. So now I have already told you before this implementation and framework application, right? Your framework application and implementation application, should they be connected to same organization or different organizations? Suppose I am creating a new application. I want to create a new application. When you want to create a new application, the architecture that you go ahead with framework and on top of framework implementation. Means From framework, you will be getting multiple implementations. Now, this framework and implementation, both are from same organization or different organizations? Both should be from same organization or different organizations?
Same organization.
Leave about other. Only we are talking about one organization. As of now. Both are from same. So for one particular business, we are talking about organization structure. So your framework application and implementation application. Our framework and implementation applications should be created from same organization. Should be created from same organization. This is clear, everyone? This is important. Now, let's go ahead and see practically how to create a new application. See, if you create an application, should you have a login also created for the application? Should you have logins? So that logins also should be there. So if you want to start working on Pega PRPC to create a new application, how to create a new application we are going to do now. So but before we proceed, let me repeat what we have done. We just understand about, suppose you want to create an application using any technology, it is common in Pega also. You need to create your application to have an architecture of framework and implementations. The advantage is common functionalities you can maintain in framework and ease of extendability. When you do framework and implementation, your business can be expanded easily without recreating the things again and again. Same things you are not required to create again and again. So apart from this, we understand organization also will be there. So organization is the topmost level. So your framework and implementations application should be from same organization. This is the understanding what we have so far. This is clear, everyone? So let me draw that. This is a different diagram again. So this is organization and this is framework and this is implementation. So your framework organization, your implementation will be on top of framework. Now from this, implementation also coming from same organization. That is the basic understanding. This is pretty basic understanding. Okay, your organization framework is coming from same organization. Your implementation is coming from framework. That means it will also come from same organization. Correct? Now let's proceed forward and look at how to create a new application. See, once you install Pega, so you would have seen login screen, right? So in the login screen, I have given you default credentials, what you have to use. So what you have to do is, let me show you. You should not be closing after you log in. You remember you have to log out. How to log out, I'll show you again. Just give me 1 minute. So I believe you are using these credentials, right? administrator@pega.com. Password is install. You are using this. So once you log in, on top right corner you have logout. Like Gmail and all what will have same. You need to log off every time once your work is completed. And I hope this window is running for you, right? This window should run, this command prompt should run till you are working on Pega environment. If you close this, it will not work. Now you should not be directly closing this window. Anytime your work is completed, you got 3 icons. One is login, shutdown and startup. You need to double click on shutdown. Once you double click on shutdown, it is going to bring down the application server. This command prompt is running means your application server is up and running. That is the meaning. So you shut down this. Once you shut down, just wait. Hey, everyone able to follow, right? So today we will see how to create a new framework application. Tomorrow we'll see, Monday we'll see how to create a new implementation application. See, that command prompt is closed. Once I double click on shutdown, after some time command prompt, this is the way you have to shut down. You should not be directly closing it. See, after you install, you log in once, and next time you are facing any login issues, you do not uninstall and reinstall. Talk to me, I'll tell you how to resolve it. Okay, never uninstall it once you are successfully able to log in. So everything is completed. So now, every time whenever you want to work on Pega, you need to double click on startup. Double click on startup, it will bring up the application server. It will load all the jar files, var files related to your PRPC component, PRPC environment. It will load on Tomcat. I told you, right? Tomcat is being installed. Now it will bring up the application server. It is bringing up application server. How would you know the application server is came up or not? I will tell you how to identify that. So online, everyone is able to follow.
Yes, Harsha.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Yeah, thank you very much. So today you are going to learn only the navigations. Technical, I am not going to tell you anything. I have given you some functional aspects, little bit coming to our real life, and I will show you navigations, how to create application. But technical technology behind that application creation and all, later we will see. Going forward, we are going to see. It will take some time. Maybe for the first time when you are doing it, for you it may take also 15 minutes, 20 minutes like that. But going forward, it will be reduced. Once or twice, it may take more time, but it will not take more than 5 minutes. Okay. Now, see, once your application is up, application server is up, you should see a message something like, here you see on the screen. If you cannot see, let me read out. Server startup in so and so milliseconds. Those who are working on Tomcat, you may understand that. If you get that message, means your server is up and running. Okay, suppose you don't know how to read this command prompt and all, don't bother about it. Wait for 10 minutes. You need to minimize it. You should never close. If you want to work on, you should minimize. Wait for 10 minutes and then double click on login. If you double click on login, it will keep on run. This screen will keep on load. If it is keep on loading, means server is still coming up. If you see login screen, means server has come up. If you don't know what to see in the command prompt, just wait for 10 minutes or 5 minutes, double click on login. If it is keep on running, wait. Till you get the login screen, you wait. If login screen has come in, server is up and running. You can minimize that command prompt. No need to bother about it till you complete your work. Now, you need to log into PRPC. For the first time when you're logging, brand new to create application, you need to log in with default credentials that will be provided by Pega Systems, which I have already given you. Administrator@pega.com, password is install. So now we are going to see how to create new application. These credentials and all, see, generally we call it username and password, right? But technically in Pega, we call it as operator ID and password is password. This is called operator ID. So I'll tell you the functional definitions only. Technical definitions I'll tell you later. Suppose generally if I want to define operator ID technically, operator ID is an instance of class data admin operator ID which gets stored in PR_operators table. So when we log in using operator ID, it loads access group, portals, application, rule sets, all this, access roles, everything. This is technical definition, but you cannot grasp it and you cannot understand now if I speak technology and technology. So I'll tell you first technology and functionally, and then slowly we'll be learning technology, technical words and all. Okay. Now, generically, if you want to define operator ID, how would you define? You know, right? Operator ID purpose, you know. What is the purpose of operator ID? Generically, you want to define operator ID, how would you define? Functionally, you define operator ID. What is the purpose of operator ID? Tell me. To log into PRPC. Now, how would you define operator ID?
Unique ID.
Which gives access.
Operator ID is the login ID which we use to log into PRPC system to access its applications. Simple. This is functional definition. If you understand better functional definition, then only you can understand technical definitions. Okay. First we'll go with functional definitions only. I'll give you these definitions tomorrow. Today we'll go and see how to create a new framework application. How to create a new framework application. This is what we are going to learn today. See, let me write down another sentence. When we create an application, when we create any application, that should be created on top of Pega application. On top of Pega application. Did you understand this sentence? If you have attended the demo, and in the demo, if you have understand what is the purpose of Pega? Like application development, why clients are behind Pega system is ease of development, because there are some predefined components already developed and available. See, if you are developing any application, you should develop on top of Pega application. What is the reason?
That's
Pega has
it.
common functionalities, right? If you want to utilize the functionalities which are already available in Pega, your application should be developed on top of Pega only. So any business components, if you want to design and develop, I have already told you before that we should create an application, correct? First you create application and then maintain the components. Pega has already maintaining many components, right? If it is maintaining already components, means should it have already created one application? So now log into PRPC using default admin credentials. Default admin credentials. What are the admin credentials? Can you tell me? Username is equal to administrator@pega.com. It is common in your home version or enterprise version. What is the password? Password is equal to install. Now look at here. Let me explain you. Let me log in. Password install all lowercase. Click on login. I'm going to click on login. See, once you land on here, this is Developer Designer Studio. This is called Designer Studio for developers. Let it get loaded. This is Designer Studio for developers. I'll explain you each of the component in this environment going forward later, slowly. So as of now, whatever that is required, I'll explain. Login. Once you log in, look at here. Once you log in, you have logged into an application. If you look at on top left corner, it says application and application name. What is the name of the application? Pega rules. Means all the predefined components in Pega are available in an application called Pega rules. When we build our application, we should build our application on top of Pega rules application, so that we can use Pega rules, all the rules in Pega. Rules means components, business components. So now we logged into Pega rules application. So which you can see on top left side, we can see application : application name. That is, I'm sorry, Pega rules. That is application name. Application : Pega rules. That is application name. So if you want to create new application, you have to go to creating new application. So our application should be, so Pega rules application. Let me talk about Pega rules application. Pega rules application will have many OOTB, means out of the box, meaning that built in, meaning that predefined. These are the technical words. Pega rules application will have many OOTB, means out of the box, general abbreviation, meaning that built in, more meaningfully predefined, something which is already defined and ready-made available. Pega rules application will have many OOTB, ready-made business functionalities created and made available. Created and made available in it. So this is will be there. So when we create our application, it should be created on top of Pega rules application. Okay. Now creating our framework application. Write down the business requirement. So if you have notes, you can write down. Otherwise, I'll write down here. So from tomorrow onwards, you have to write down your business requirements in your notes. If you want to write down, you can write down. Everyone, I will not write down the business requirements in document. Okay, you have to note down business requirement and few points in your notes. But remaining, I'll just give you all documents. If you don't have notes for today, it is okay. But if you have, you write down business requirement. So create a new framework application for vehicle insurance for insurance processing. That's it. For insurance processing. For insurance processing for the client. What is the client? Can you name one of the client for insurance processing? Hanover, okay na? Okay, Hanover is also okay, right? For the client, Hanover. Some client, name anything? Hanover Insurance Group. Create a new framework application for insurance processing for the client Hanover Insurance Group. This is the requirement. We need to create a framework application. Okay. So navigations and all you will be learning now. So when you are creating application, you need to mention the organization name, which I will show you. So this is a simple wizard that you need to execute. I hope everyone online is following, right? Anyone not able to follow, let me know. Are you clear so far? What we are going to do? Everyone. Yes. Okay. So after you log into gRPC, click on Pega rules and choose new application. Choose new application. I'm going to choose new application. Just give me the screenshot. So let me write down here. Click on Pega rules menu and choose new application as shown in the below screenshot. Screenshot is given. New application, once you choose, you will get this screen. So once you, let me close and open again. Pega rules. I will take more 5 minutes than our regular time for today. Okay, just hang on. New application. This is the screen which you get. So I'll tell you what are that is being displayed at the bottom here later. As of now, we'll proceed normally. So custom application. Choose custom. Remaining I'll explain you tomorrow. I mean Monday. Custom. Click on custom. Click on custom. I'm going to click on custom. See, when you click on custom, gRPC will again ask you, are you going to do you want to proceed with custom, or you want to go back and see choose another one? We will choose other one later tomorrow when we are doing implementation. Click on use this application type. Let me write down that. Click on use this application type. I am going to click on that. Use this application type. It will ask you now what type of application, what purpose you are building it. Are you building your application to access it in tablet or mobile and other devices, or responsiveness? Responsiveness means I'll explain you more later. As of now, as per the device size, screen size, automatically the screens will adjust. Suppose you are accessing from mobile without losing the content, this will be, everything will be available. Now you look at my screen closely. You have Pega logo, Pega Designer Studio, application, application name. At the bottom you have live UI and icons are also there, right? Suppose if I shrink this to mobile size, without losing the components, it is giving icons, but names are not there, but you did not lose navigation to anything. This is called responsiveness. Okay. As per the device size, screen automatically adjusts. That is what responsiveness is being achieved in Pega 7. Responsive. Click on responsive. Click on responsive. Everyone clear what is generally what is responsive? Now, once you go to responsive, you will see some templates like default, gen, numble, like this. See, these templates will give you coloring of components by default, themes. Whichever you want to choose, you can choose. Let me select gen. It's up to you what you want to choose. Okay, it's not mandatory that you have to go with gen. Now you see this. So this is the screen where you have to enter the application name. What is my application name? Hanover Insurance Group. I am not required to give group. Hanover Insurance. This is a framework, right? It will automatically add framework. We have to do some other options. See, by default, if you click on create application, gRPC will create implementation applications. It will not create framework. You need to manually choose to have framework. Okay, let me show you that. So now click on advanced configuration. Click on advanced configuration. I am going to click on advanced configuration. You will get this pop-up. So you are not learning anything technical today. For your information, you are just learning the navigations to create application. Okay. Now, if you look at the screen, pop-up, by default, what is selected? Implementation is selected, but I do not want to create implementation. I need to select framework. Select framework. I am selecting framework. See, By default, PRPC will take the organization name with some name, some unique name it will choose. But this organization name doesn't make any sense to me for my application. Change organization name to be meaningful as per your business application. Can you tell me what is the meaningful name here? What is the meaningful name? Hanover itself. Hanover is the
Hanover.
organization. That is fair enough. Hanover is the organization. Under that, I have something else. Hanover Insurance Group. Hanover is the organization. You can give any name, but remember, make it something meaningful. Hanover. Now save. Click on save. I clicked on save. This is save. Now click on create application. Now click on create application. Did I choose framework? I have chosen, right? Create application. You click on create application. It will take some time to create application. It will take some time to create application. So once it is created application, it will ask you, do you want to create a login ID for your application? Should we have to create or not required? We have to create. I will show you that. Login ID means operator ID. Okay, created. Now see, you can add any operator ID here by their name or by email address. It's up to you. What you want to add, it's up to you. So generally you can add anything, it's up to you. So admin@hanover.com. This email ID is there with me? No, I don't know. Even though it is not available, no problem. You can enter something like this. Enter some email. admin@hanover.com. Click on add. Click on add. Click on add. Once you click on add, what happened now? Now it has created an operator ID with a password generated. So for better you just keep track of this operator ID and password with you. Okay. Now click on done. Click on done. So I'm going to click on done. Once I click on done, you'll go back to this. Done. Our application is created. Can I log into my application now? So to log into our application, what we should do? Can you guide me? First, you have to log off from admin. Log off from admin. Log off from admin. Log off from administrator, and here you go. You need to log off from administrator. Once you log off, you will come back to login screen again. So you just make sure you are going to copy that operator ID and password. Okay. So operator ID is admin@hanover.com. What is the password? I don't know. I have to copy here. Where is it? This is the password. For the first time when you log in, let me copy. For the first time when you log in, it will ask you to change the password. It will ask you to change the password. Login, click on login. Change password screen will come. So you can give any password which you remember. Old password is this one. New password is I will always give rules. RULES. It's up to you what password you want to give, but give something which you remember. Now change password. With the changed password, it will automatically take you inside. Click on change password. Just change password. Once you click, it will take you into your application. See, your application is Hanover Insurance Framework. I did not write that word framework, but it has automatically taken because I have chosen framework. Now click on App Explorer on leftmost panel. So Explorer panel is there. Leftmost Explorer panel is there. I will show you where it is. So here you have app. If you see now, later you should be able to do it. Okay, App Explorer. If I click on, just simply for your information, I'm doing it. See how many applications are there. It shows 2 applications are there. It shows 2 applications. Can you tell me what are the 2 applications? One is Pega Rules, other one is, if you click on this 2 applications link, it will show you. One is Pega Rules, that is the bottom. On top of Pega Rules, we have Hanover Insurance Framework. This makes sense, everyone? Just for your information that you have to click and see. So everyone clear now how to create a new application? Framework. Tomorrow, I mean Monday, we'll create on top of this framework, we need to create implementation. Remember, not separately. So everyone clear so far what we have discussed? Functionally, are you clear? Technology we'll see sometime later. Everyone clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Yes, sure, sure.
See, this work who will do? In real time, the work what I have done now, who is going to do that? Administrator itself is developer man. Generally, your tech leads will perform this task, working along with the business analyst, not alone. Our business analysts can do on their own because they know everything. Functionally, they know everything. What is organization? What are the divisions that they have to maintain? Who are the actors? What are the possible business types that they should have? But they work together with tech lead generally. Okay, it should be audible. Everyone, am I audible? Hey, you got disconnected from audio.
Yes, it's on.
See, we used to have a tool called DCO. DCO tool means direct capture of objectives. Can you tell me what is the meaning of direct capture of objectives? Generally, you tell me what is the meaning of direct capture of objectives. Who will capture the objectives of an application? Who will capture? Business analyst, right? So previously we used to have an environment called DCO environment, where we used to have, means before Pega 7. Before Pega 7, we have DCO environment, DCO wizard. DCO wizard replacement is new application wizard. Okay, now DCO wizard is going to do the same thing. How to create new application? Using DCO wizard only, which will be done by business analyst. But the wizard looks a bit different. Where you can, business analyst, apart from choosing all this, what I have given now, they can also write down workflow names, dummy flows they can be ready with. This is our workflow architecture should be entirely. But I think Pega has removed it now. DCO wizard is not there. When DCO wizard was there in Pega 6, it has 2 wizards, not as a single wizard like what we have executed now. If you want to create application, it is 1 wizard we have executed now. It has 2 wizards. One is application profiler, other one is application accelerator. Profiler will take basic information, inputs. After profiler is completed, we need to execute accelerator. Accelerator input is profiler. Now accelerator will create new application taking the profiler information. Accelerated to become an application. It was like this, but you are not required to go back and see in 6 environment. But if you know this, that is fair enough. Okay, like this, we will be discussing everything how it was when we work on here in current versions. Okay, so this is clear, everyone.
Harshad,
I will
the
write down this
application-
and document it and send it to you. But already documented, I'll share it. Yeah, someone is asking a question. What is that?
The application Pega layer, which is called as Pega rules, is the name same for all the versions?
It is same everywhere. Wherever you go, Pega rules is same. All versions. Again, it can be upgraded, different versions. It is same. All versions. But see, if it is 6th version, Pega rules functionalities might be something enhanced into 7. If it is 7, from 6, they would have enhanced. Latest enhancements will be done. But Pega rules is always Pega rules. Components will be upgraded, added, removed, something will be done, right?
Harsha, we see base class at many places. So this Pega rules and base class are same or they both are different?
No, different, completely different. You will understand that later because you already have knowledge. You're asking about base class. I'll talk about that later. Completely different. Okay, it's already late today, so we can wind up for today. We'll continue to join on Monday. Monday means USA resources and other country resources. According to your time zone, it should be Sunday night. Okay, Dante and other people. Jude, you're from Sri Lanka, right?
Yeah, I'm from Sri Lanka.
Okay, according to your time zone, you join. This is Monday morning, our time, same time we'll join. Means it should be Sunday evening for, according to your time zones, you should join. Okay, so it means between 2 classes gap is there. Saturday, Sunday, there is no class for this week and all. We have Sunday for other batch. We'll be connecting back on Monday. Okay, so I hope everyone is receiving. So this document, what I have created, I'll be sharing on WhatsApp broadcast. Everyone is receiving broadcast messages. Yesterday, everyone received. I have added many people, right? After that, I sent messages. Anyone did not receive yesterday? You did not. You have not given. You have not given, right? So online, everyone have received yesterday messages.
Yes, Harsha.
Okay.
Yes, Harsha, we got it. We got the messages on the demo
link
classes.
videos and all. Sometimes you will receive YouTube messages. You can ignore it. So whenever you want, you can refer back, but it is not required for all groups. I'll send it generally. If I upload any video, which is for interviews purpose and all, I'll send it to everyone. You're not required to bother about it, but after you start off something, you may understand what videos I'm uploading. Clear? That is not complete classes. Chandrika, can you give me a message? I will send you I'll add you to broadcast, not in the group. I'm talking about broadcast. I have not created a group at all. I'll create today or tomorrow. See, I have already given you account details. Again, today I'll share the account details. You can do it by IMPS or Zoom or something. And Jude, you are from Sri Lanka, right? You can check with any of your friends in India and ask them to send it. If not possible to go through Zoom or your family members. Okay, someone.
Okay.
And let me know accordingly. So,
Okay, sure.
Dante, I will message you the amount and all everything. I'll message you. So we can go ahead and wind up for today. You make sure you are going to add the account, complete things you're going to do this weekend itself. At the end of the day, you do not come back to him and tell me I have KYC issues, I have bank issues. Not acceptable. You should be planned. Okay. So everything you add, if you want to do it now itself. Because even after 2 days also, you must have to do. Instead of waiting, you do it now itself at the earliest. Okay. So it will be easy for me once everyone completes. I'll take the email IDs. So I want to do work at a time. So everyone completes, I can verify all the payments once at a time. So do it by weekend mostly and send me the screenshots on my personal WhatsApp. Once you complete, it will be validated and then added to group. Okay. So for today, you can wind up. Let's continue on Monday. Complete all this. Think everything functionally as of now. You will better learn technology. Okay. Everyone clear? Online resources.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for joining, everyone. We can wind up for today.
Harsha, sir. This is Ram.
Yeah, someone is asking me something. Yeah, other people can wind up. Already late.
This is Ram, sir. So I installed my Pega software last night.
Software.
Yeah, software. So everything went well. It showed me it was successful, but when it's supposed to open in the Mozilla Firefox, it opened in Internet Explorer, and it is not supported.
Okay. Any other browser you can try? You can shut down once and make Chrome
I
or something.
I copied the link, and again I opened in the Chrome.
Another browser.
And even in the Mozilla. But
okay, we will connect and see. We will connect and see. Give me a WhatsApp message with the error screenshot. We will connect online sometime when it is possible for both of us, tomorrow or today evening something. We will see the
Okay.
issue. Okay, now same meeting
Okay.
ID. Okay, give me a
Okay.
message on WhatsApp
Okay.
with the screenshot of the error. Thank you very much, everyone. Account number పంపించా కదా? You can proceed. Number ఇచ్చా కదా?